Sweet. I actually just bought this guy too.
Mm.
Okay. This is Zogross Hardscale. You say Uyar or Ular?
It works.
Olar.
Yes.
Olar.
I say yes.
I say
Yes.
Ular. Lizard folk unique hero warlord who is fearsome and a medium 5. He comes with 5 life, can move up to 6 spaces, can swing with 1 space of range, attack 3 dice, and only 5 defense. And comes in with 120 points. Okay. I can't read the top. Is that right? I can't. There you go.
You want me to zoom in? Yeah, I'm sorry. I had the thing like kind of. Can you read that text now, or do I need to zoom it in a little bit?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay, good. Okay.
So this first ability is called Tribal Protection. An opponent's figure that is engaged to one or more warriors or protectors you control who follow Ular may not attack Zogross Hardscale. Its second ability is called Opportunity Strike 15. If an opponent's figure that is engaged for Zogross Hardscale targets any other figure you control with a normal attack, roll the 20-sided die. If you roll 15 or higher, no dice are rolled for this attack, no defense dice are rolled, and an attacking figure receives 1 wound.
I like Beard Lizard a whole lot.
Yes.
Here, hold on one
This
second.
is like the...
There he is. Okay.
This is the green scales big popper, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is one that can bond with green scales. Yep. Yes. So if you don't have a dragon, you could just have one of their own, with this. So, or a certain red dragon that people like to bond with this with the green scale warriors for sure. So
It's also a warlord.
it is a warlord. Yep.
So can I bond with the Romans?
Yep.
Indeed.
And the Armox.
Yep.
Which works really good that way.
Yeah, it's versatile with that. It's also versatile to have a Ular type build army too, with the tribal protection as well, if it's worth it.
Tribal protection is really nice because it covers almost like 90% of Olar squads. You have the Warriors of Ashra, you have the green scales, you have the protectors of Olar, you have the Armox. You just have so many different armies.
Warriors of Ashra.
Yeah, Ashra.
Yeah, it's like rankings like a B. Says Zogross Hardscale, tough and effective Lizard King, but doesn't bring quite as much to the table as the big dragons. Well, of course not. He's just a tiny little lizard with attitude. I mean, just got 5 defense, which is pretty solid for a 120 point figure. So
5 life, 5 defense.
Yeah.
That's tough.
You can move.
That's tough.
He's 110 in Delta. Like, even if you don't put him in another army, you just kind of need a tank in your army. He can kind of fill that role. It's not like the best use of him, but like he can definitely slot in.
If you want an Ular themed army, I think it's helpful. It's pretty helpful. Any other thoughts? Before because I know he's got some lore. Actually, just like there's a few bios here. Wait a second, I gotta find the right one. Yeah, we have a bio for him.
Yeah, I don't know why there's the other 2 spoiler alerts. It doesn't say anything mix up.
I don't know, website mix-up type stuff. So Skateboard, if you want to read that bio, go ahead.
For sure. All right. Tandros, Anna called to me as she hurried in from the tavern's common room. I excused myself from the console and allowed her to lead me back to the small room we were using a hospital. There lay a small girl, filthy and weeping. Apparently, the child has been part of a caravan lost a fortnight ago along the western heartlands near the marsh of the Chelember?
Yes.
Covered in the mud and clearly malnourished, she couldn't do much but cry and cling to Anna's leg. Sobbing, she told us of an ambush by rogues on a jungle path near an abandoned temple deep in the Salathorn Swamp. I was familiar with the site, having cornered and killed a werewolf near some years ago. We left the next morning, accompanied by Derek, knowing it could be a trap. Emerging from behind the walls of hanging vines and slithering up the water, they came. A score or more of lizard folk, with more watching us from deeper in the swamp. Most were green, but some had red or yellow highlights, a rarity among their kind. It is well known that most stick to their own color. I knew immediately what it could mean, and this could bode very ill. The warriors parted, and a larger than average, strangely unarmed lizard man approached us, scanning each of us in turn. Derek's usual frown deepened to a scowl of disgust. The leader motioned to a group of his skin standing to our left, and stocky, heavily scarred lizard came out, carrying a large, squirming sack. I could hear noises from the inside. The creature gently set sack before us. I looked to Anna to open it. Moving as cautiously as possible, she opened the sack to reveal the only other survivor of the attack on the caravan, the twin sister of the girl we'd left behind at the tavern. Anna scooped up the child, speaking a few soft, reassuring words. "It's okay, sweetie, you're safe now." She put the child to sleep with a wave of her hand and laid her in the wagon. What came next was the biggest prize that I've had in many years of a fighting man. The lizard in charge spoke to us. "I, Zogross Hardscale, we return child. Bad men dead. No fight, we trade." It smiled with a knife-like teeth nearly 3 inches in length. Clearing my throat, I replied, "Yes, we trade, no fighting. We'll work something out with the merchants in the area." He stretched out his razor-clawed hand as a sign of agreement. I returned the gesture and we shook, something which perhaps no lizard folk and man have ever done previously. With that, the leader motioned once more and the lizard men turned, skulking back into the swamps from which they had come.
This is character development, you know? It's like anybody who out there who you know wants to get into writing how to develop a character and give not just Zogross character, but as well as these these D&D characters as well, because this is like kind of tying in the D&D side of Scape to thing, or the Underdark side of Heroscape to this a little bit. But there's a lot of good, strong character development within this. It gives the thought of Tandros and Anna, but it also shows the humanity in a lizard man who's not human. You know, it shows, you know, a little bit of intelligence and slight compassion, even though it's like, we trade, you know. A little bit of comedy there too. I'm very impressed with this. I gotta ask Jeremy later, like, who exactly wrote this, because this is some really good storytelling.
And this is set in this bio set in the littoral D&D setting. Marsh of Shelimber is actually a D&D setting in Sword Coast. So this isn't on Valhalla. This is on their D&D planet.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's so. This is like a pre taken to Valhalla, basically.
Yeah.
Pre rapture.
It's a flashback.
It's a flashback, yeah, and which happens a lot in Heroscape lore. So
the only problem I have with Zogross, who is like, I love the powers, I love the design. It's just the model itself is so much smaller than you actually think.
Tiny.
It is. Like
it
is like a head smaller than the green scales.
Yes.
But other than that, it's a fun. I've played this a couple times where you just kind of get your opponent just really like they don't know what to do, because if they attack him, there's a potential that they don't get to roll any dice and they just get a wound.
Right.
But they can't attack him. Like there's always just like this back and forth kind of with the abilities. So it's a pretty fun unit to play if you can get them next to him and it's not like a lot of ranged opposition.
Right. Yeah, a solid melee escape hero to match with the green scales.
Right. If you have green scales, and you want other bonding synergies with them, and you want to go VC, or step into VC, this is one unit that's a good option. Even goes, I mean, Roman Legionnaires also is an option as well with the Warlord bonding. as well as, and if anybody's Ular specific, you know, type, it's like, oh, I love Ular, I want to have a bonding army. This is a definite use for that, because you got your you got your players out there who love doing Ular army builds. I can sympathize. So yeah, this is one that's definitely an option. So any other thoughts that we have?
Do you think this green scale build with Zogross will be able to go up against the Gorillinators and Zeus?
Might have to skirmish it out, because I have a few.
I think the unbox with Zogross would be better, just because you need that speed to engage. Like I think, just because I think green scales are honestly still not his best choice. Like you have to play it a lot differently, but I don't know. I would love to play it out.
Yep. Yeah, you'd have to like play test it out a little bit, but that's the beauty of this type of thing. So with that, as long as anybody has anything else to say about this particular unit, no. Okay. Well, Skateboard, if you want to sign us off on this unit, go ahead.
All right, everybody, that was Zogross Hardscale. Hardscales, yeah. For
definite consideration for, and this is one thing we forgot about to talk about, the price. This is a fairly easy miniature to get. And it's a fairly easy one to 3D print, to be perfectly honest, because it's so tiny. So there's a lot of options out there to get this guy, get a card, get him in your army, and just have fun with it. So yeah, thank you so much, Skateboard. Yeah, for your VC consideration.